you are in the world, and I just feel like it's such a privilege that you've come to join us. And I really got, you could be anywhere else, but you're here with us, so I want to thank you and appreciate you for your presence.
Thank you.
And for the viewers, you know, I want you guys to get who Diane is, and I don't think I can do enough justice, but you'll get a vibe for who she is and what she brings here in a second. But let me just give a little snippet of who she is. Diane Forster is a TV host, a podcaster, a public speaker, an author, an inventor, a mindset coach, and an intentional living expert. I mean, what don't you do, Diane? Really?
I know, I'm a little bit of an overachiever. Yeah, I get that a lot. Well, you know what? Let me just say this from the get-go. What I believe and what I teach and what I coach is that you can have a have-it-all life. You are limited by nothing. Tapping into that, really, I'm going to have it all extraordinary life, and I'm limited by nothing, and I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it, the way I want to do it, with no limits, allows a lot of magic to happen. It's having the want and the desire for something and knowing what it is and why you want it. That's all you need to know. I don't have any judgments on what you want. You're allowed to have anything you want, and I truly act as their guide, their support, and their genie in a bottle.
Yeah, and I really got how you are the gateway to that as the coach.
Yes.
And here's just the common theme I see around coaching is that once you figured out how to tap into that flow and you achieve all the dreams you want, all there's left is like giving it back to people.
When you learn, you teach. When you get, you give. It's truly the most extraordinary, rewarding feeling there is.
Totally. All right. And how did you find yourself as a coach? Give us some of your story.
I worked in corporate America for 32 years. I worked in the ad business in LA for 8 years. And then I moved to Chicago to get married, and I switched to television sales. And I spent the last 20 of those years at ABC. I've been sort of coaching and inspiring and supporting all my life in a variety of areas. As I created a kitchen product called the Spifter. So think spoon sifter, Spifter. And it's a kitchen gadget that decorates foods and beverages with your sugars and spices. And it wasn't anything that I set out to do, but I had a frustrating experience in the kitchen, and I could see it in my mind. And I went out seeking it and couldn't find it. And this voice whispered, "You need to create this." And so I didn't know what I was doing. I just started talking to people about it. I was just open. My mantra was, I just want to see where this goes. Well, it led to creating the product, appearing on ABC, winning an innovation award at the International Houseware Show. QVC was there. They started placing orders with me, and then they invited me on air, and we sold out in 6 minutes. Like, it was this phenomenal experience that happened by just having that mantra of, I just want to see where this goes. So I coach a lot of people on you don't need to know, you're not going to be able to connect the dots going forward. You can only connect them going back, as Steve Jobs used to say. I had what looked like to the outside world this beautiful life. The packaging looked really good, but I was living in a very toxic, empty, narcissistic marriage and relationship, and it was very unfulfilling. And while we loved each other, we were not in love with each other, and the connection and that relationship fell apart pretty early on in the marriage, and I stayed for over 20 years. I just kept putting me on the back burner, and you can't do that indefinitely. And so it came to a point in June of 2011 where I attempted to take my life, and I had a breaking moment where I snapped. And just like I could see the Spifter in my mind and I heard the voice to create it, that night in June of 2011, I got clear orders from above that I was not ending my life that way, and I needed to go get help so that I could tell my story and help others. And then I got the download one day, and I wrote this poem called I Have Today. And it was simple. I'm supposed to help people who don't know their self-worth discover their true divinity, power, and purpose. And just like I could see the Spifter in my mind, I could see I Have Today Productions, the network, and all of these multi-platforms designed to help and support people really live unconditional love of self,
Mm.
and live to their highest, greatest, fullest potential.
Who are the people you find that you're able to help most?
It's anybody out there who is going through transitions, perhaps wants to reinvent certain areas of their life. They're not feeling happiness, joy, and fulfillment every day. They kind of feel like they're in a rut. They feel stuck. They feel like their life should have more. There should be more to it. There is such a huge sector of the population who are living in this mediocrity, ho-hum, normal to them. They're immune to the fact of how unhappy they are.
Mm.
The statistics are anywhere from 70 to 90% of people are saying they're unhappy now. I mean, depression's at an all-time high, anxiety's at an all-time high, suicides are at an all-time high. And so never has there been a better time to honor yourself and say, what do I want my life to be? When I get to the end of this journey, what do I want to have experienced in my life? And if I'm not happy today, what can I do today to make that change? Because when then never comes. Or I'll get help, I'll get a coach when I have more money.
Mm.
Never going to happen. You're just pushing it away.
Mm.
Or when the kids are gone, or any of those excuses. I will tell you, I did more damage to my kids by staying in that broken relationship than had I gotten out sooner. Right now, while every moment in our life is a blessing and a gift, if you can see it in there,
Mm.
you do not have a day to waste. Your life is right now. It's today. Like, you have to be in action today. And I speak about this all the time. 151,000 people did not wake up today. They're done. Their lives are over. And if you live to be 100, you're going to get 36,500 days of life. How many do you want to waste? And how many have you wasted so far? So my work is I go right into the subconscious. I clear those limiting beliefs. We figure out whatever the pain from the past was. And so I create these personalized mantra meditations for them that actually go in and do the rewiring for them. All they have to do is listen to it. It's 5 or 10 minutes. And they feel the shift right away. And they go, wow, I can't believe how much better I feel already.
Mm.
But the key to it is in the consistency. By listening to it every day, you've got to work that muscle every day. And then what happens for them is all of a sudden they're dreaming bigger.
Mm.
They're living more confidently. They're feeling more joy and fulfillment every day. And their lives, this is the words they say to me, it's just sort of a miraculous thing. My life just keeps getting better and better. It's really quite magical. And so that's the most amazing thing for me, because that's what I discovered in this journey. Is anybody who's going through this, there's a reason why. There's several reasons why it's happening. It's where you're vibrating, what frequency you're at, and all of that. But the key for me that really started to catapult my success and change was discovering how language was affecting my life. My vocabulary, the way I was speaking about myself, the way I was speaking about others, and communicating that. Because what we're thinking is creating the way we're feeling, which is creating the way we're communicating, which is creating our manifestations. So all of this was happening. I was starting to see it. And when I started to shift certain things, oh my God, the magic just started happening. And I manifest stuff like crazy, and I teach other people to do it. So anyone who is not feeling peace, love, joy, and happiness in every area of their life.
What was the biggest aha you've had around like how it all works, right? From what do you see, or like what was the thing that was just like, that's it, that's the thing, right? What do you say?
That I am so incredibly powerful. We have no idea how powerful we are. And when you start to really understand your power, and I don't mean that you put anyone else down. I mean the power and control of your life, and how supported we are by the universe. Whatever you believe in, but by a much higher calling and energy that's going on, and that it's all about law of attraction, that there's no assertion, there's no pushing against, there's no struggle. It's allow, receive, ask for what you want and just tap into that. And it's so incredibly powerful. And I forgot, I thought I had to figure this out all on my own. No. I just have to know what I want and why I want it. And you don't need to know any more than I just want it because I want it. You don't have to have a reason other than that. I just think it'd be really fun to have it. The key is specificity. You have to know, you've got to take the time to figure out what you want, because no two people want the same things. And it's not going to come from anybody else.
What's possible when everybody has a coach?
The up-leveling of problems dissolving on this planet is mind-blowing. First of all, I'm highly intuitive, so I can actually see what's happening. So when every single person should have a coach, and I'm not saying that because I am a coach. I went into this because I hired coaches. I hired people, like I said, who were doing what I wanted to do or were similar, that I knew they could really up-level me. So I wanted to really be in environments like that again, so I could soar instead of crawl, because I understand the value of my today. So if you've got to find a coach. So here's the thing about a coach, all right? So a good coach doesn't necessarily know more than you. They have a different perspective than you. A good coach will meet you where you are and push you a little bit further, okay? So it's not going to be an uncomfortable relationship. There's going to be kindness, there's going to be compassion, but there'll be strong education and strong encouragement. A coach is about making you believe in yourself more than you do, because they believe in you more than you do. And they can see what you can't quite see for yourself, but they'll allow you to let it illuminate at the pace that you need to happen. I will tell you right now, I have 2 coaches. I've had coaches since 2012. I will always have. Sometimes I've had up to 4 coaches in a year, depending on what I'm doing. I'm not figuring this out on my own. They've already figured this out for me. So here's what I'll tell people. There is no greater investment in this world than you. Yeah, you have responsibilities. Yeah, you have to pay bills. But if this vehicle that you are carrying yourself in, and this hard drive, I'm 55 years old. My hard drive is 55 years old. If I'm not filling this with good nutrition and things that are positive and uplifting and getting that support, I'm going to start going down. Things are going to stagnate. Then I'm going to start dying. That's what's going to happen. So you've got to invest in you, and I say this to people, if you broke your bone, you wouldn't ignore it. Even if you didn't have health coverage or medical coverage, you would go get that bone fixed, right? You'd figure out a way to make that work. And it would work out, the resources would be there, and you would do everything you needed to do to heal that bone. That means going to physical therapy. Even though you didn't feel like going, you would do it, right? Your mindset is the most important thing you should be nurturing. It is literally running your life, and no 2 people have perceived things the same way. So focusing on your mindset, which is why this is the work I do, because I knew that's what was out of alignment for me, is the most important thing you can do for yourself. So if you invested, let's just throw out a number. If you invested $5,000 with a coach or $100,000 with a coach, if you invested that $5,000 and it meant that you were going to make $50,000 in the next 1 to 3 years, would that be a good investment for you? All day long, you would do that, right?
10x
better than the stock
investment, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the same thing. If you invest $100,000 in a coach, and you knew that you were building something that was going to generate $1 million for you in the next 1 to 3 years, and the trajectory was going to keep going, is that not a worthwhile investment? So we have these limiting beliefs about what coaching is. And there are a lot of mediocre coaches out there, and there are a lot of phenomenal coaches out there. So talk to them, build that relationship, see if there's a connection, see if you've got that know, like, trust factor. listen to case studies and testimonials of people they've worked with. What are the results showing up for them? And then you make the decision. And then, like me, you got to step over that. You've got to leap over that line from fear to faith, that this is going to work out. This is going to be the best investment I ever made in myself, because I'm going to learn, grow, and expand from this, no matter what happens. So the long answer to your question is the up-leveling of vibration and frequency that will happen when there's this deeper sense of collaboration just boggles my mind, because it can only continue to keep rising from there. So coaching, and maybe I'm throwing this out, maybe it's a wrong number. I think it's like $20 billion now. Maybe it's way more, but there's a reason why this industry is so big. There's a reason why there's so many coaches out there doing what they're doing, because they've learned so much and they want to give so much. And we all need support.
Well, that's it. Everybody join the team, right? The team humanity.
Yes.
That's what we're for.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, is there anything else that you want to put in? Anything else you feel like you haven't said? Anything? Yeah, go ahead. This is the opportunity for that.
Let me tell you my final thoughts for anyone out there who's listening or watching this. Even if you've worked with a coach or never worked with a coach before, ask yourself this question today. Am I as happy as I want to be? Could I be happier, more fulfilled, more successful, feeling more abundant in my life? And if the answer to that question is yes, then get online, whether it's here, whether it's me, whether it's you, Brian, whoever it is, and start doing a little research into some coaches, see what they're doing, see what their philosophies are, and see if there's some level of alignment, but take them up on those complimentary sessions and at least have the conversation. And even if it's not a free session, if it's a $200 or $300, spend the money, invest the money in yourself to do this work, because you are so worth it. And then what I would say is see if I'm a match for you, because I have so many free resources out there. My website is DianeForster.com. It's DianeForster. Check out, I've got blogs on there. You get links to my TV show, my podcast. I even have some programs on there, very affordable programs. And then I also offer a complimentary session with myself. So definitely go there, but go on there and then, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have Today with Diane Forster, where all my free shows are. Subscribe to my podcast by the same name. Follow me on social media at Diane Forster Official. Tons of free stuff there. And I actually have something for you. So those are all the free resources. Now let me hit you up with an opportunity for you to invest in yourself for a very small amount of money. That's something that's really valuable.
Give it to us, Diane. Give it.
I'm so passionate about creating more happiness in this world, and I am committed to seeing that 1 billion people who don't know their self-worth discover their true divinity, power, and purpose. That's the download I got from the divine to do that. And so because of the rates of depression and anxiety and suicide, I created something called the Happiness Formula. That is a 21-day program to help you get specific and clear. That it's exactly what I talked about. And so you can find out about that. It's a different link. It is at DianeForster.com/the happiness formula. And I promise you, you will feel more happiness and joy and an understanding, clarity about yourself in 21 days or less. And we offer a money back guarantee because I want you happier. So I want to make sure that it's working for you. So definitely get in there. We've got a program that's in the midst of running right now, but we'll do another one where I include some live coaching in there as well, but well worth the investment. Well worth it. So yeah.
Spreading happiness on the planet.
Totally.
People.
Let's do it.
Love it. All right. Yeah. Well, if you didn't get it already, I just want to say thank you so much for being here with us and spreading your joy, your love, and your self-expression. It's beautiful, and to the world where everyone's got a coach, right? Thanks so much, Diane, for being here.
Thank you so much, Brian. It's been an honor and a privilege. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.